Hello ladies and gentlemen, Mr. G is here and I am back. It's my third review video on this channel. Please don't forget to check my first two reviews of Hellhound RX 7900 XTX and the Pulse RX 9070 XT. In this third video, I will provide a review of the channel champion ASUS TUF RTX 3090 and toss it up in a battle to the death fashion against AMD Bastard Brothers Hellhound RX 7900 XTX and Pulse RX 9070 XT. Only one will walk away victorious, so stay tuned. ASUS TUF RTX 3090 has never come with a package itself. This beaten up rusty old gal knows that she does not need any packaging. She is the package itself. She was conquering the streets long before 7900 XTX and 9070 XT had even existed. This experienced cunning card might not be the fastest or the prettiest, but she knows how to handle her business around the hood. Many cards tried to conquer her, but only few succeeded. Never underestimate the power of the legendary RTX 3090. RTX 3090 is still a beastly card. It was Nvidia's top flagship card released at the end of 2020. At the time, it packed insane 24GB video RAM buffer memory, which is still to this day an insanely big amount and only succeeded by the latest generation Nvidia 2025 flagship card RTX 5090. Which contains insane amount of 32GB of video memory. RTX 3090 also it's using Nvidia's second generation 82 ray tracing cores, which even by today's standards are very capable of producing those demanding ray tracing graphics. Given run for its money to the younger newer challenges of this video to RX 7900 XTX and RX 9070 XT. In my benchmark testing, I didn't use any upscaling technology like DLSS and FSR or any multi-frame generation techniques. Some viewers might be very upset about it, but let me just tell you that this channel is not for Sims. And let me explain why upscaling and multi-frame generation technologies are a bunch of horseshit and are harmful for the gaming industry. For those viewers who do not know what DLSS and frame generation crap means, let me quickly explain it to you. DLSS or FSR are rendering techniques which takes ready to be rendered frames in lower resolution and upscales them to the higher resolution and spits out the final processed frame with reduced visual quality and details in order to reduce computing load on the graphics card. Meaning, if graphics card can only run 20 frames per second in 4K resolution using upscaling technique, it would now allow the card to render 40 frames per second in 4K resolution, but in the process of destroying your frame's quality, which in the end means you will get the worsened graphics, but you will gain extra frame rates if you use it. To sum up all this in a human language, your cousin's ugly baby would be rendered even uglier in the video games when it is using upscaling techniques, but it would be able to crawl faster. Finally, regarding the multi-frame generation technique explanation, it's not so complicated to explain. AI takes one real frame and then multiplies up to 4 fake frames using the original one and outputs them all in one blended scene. One frame rate is real and the rest are AI generated hay fever masterpieces. You would think that it is a great technology, but in the end you get inaccurate AI generated fake frame rates with artifacts in visuals and no improvement in the gameplay input latency. Meaning, if game runs 30 frames per second and you use fake frames generation, it will run now at 120 frames per second, but with reduced visual quality, and it will still feel like 30 frames per second game because your gameplay input responses will still be capped to 30 frames per second. To sum up all this mumbo jumbo to the human language, seeing the pussy in your monitor is not the same as seeing the real pussy in front of you with your own eyes. They might look the same, but the real pussy is always better than the fake one, right? Same situation with the video game frames. The real ones are the ones you want to see, not the fake ones. Now let's talk about the benchmark part. ASUS TUF RTX 3090 is still powerful 4K card, even if it does show its age on the paper. Nevertheless, I ran our regular gaming titles, and here are the comparison results between RTX 3090 and the Bastard Brothers RX 7900 XTX and RX 9070 XT. It is an interesting result. The frame rates that the TUF RTX 3090 card produced in benchmark games are mixed bag comparing to the competitor AMD Brothers. In GTA 5 Legacy Edition, RTX 3090 was around 25% slower than RX 7900 XTX, but around 12% faster than RX 9070 XT. Where RTX 3090 shines is in ray tracing heavy title. Looking at GTA 5's Enhanced Edition results, RTX 3090 beats RX 7900 XTS by almost 30% and beats RX 9070 XT by around 19%, which is a truly impressive result. In the Red Dead Redemption 2 game, RTX 3090 loses to RX 9070 XT by around 23% and RX 7900 XTX by around 6%. And finally, in the Kingdom Come Deliverance, RTX 3090 gets destroyed by RX 7900 XTX by 50% and gets beaten by RX 9070 XT by 16%. On average, RTX 3090 is around 22% slower than RX 7900 XTX and 1% faster than RX 9070 XT. These are really impressive results for RTX 3090 considering it is almost 5 years older than RX 9070 XT and it's at least faster than both AMD cards in ray tracing performance. Though as tough as RTX 3090 is, it is no match for RX 7900 XTX when it comes to rasterized gaming experience. I guess it's a rusty beating old gal's time to retire and let younger and faster cards rule the streets. Regarding thermal performance after running 3D Mark Speedway 20 minute stress test, I got these results. 70 degrees Celsius on an actual GPU, which is a mediocre result, and 83 degrees Celsius on the hotspot, which is not a great result, and 100 degrees Celsius on the memory temperature, which is a very bad result. I had to use a spare fan on the RTX 3090 just to make sure memory temperatures stay at 90 degrees Celsius, though those temperatures didn't impact the card performance. Last but not least, during the stress test, RTX 3090 consumed on average around 350 watts, which is a great result for the 5-year-old card and actually matches almost RX 9070 XT's efficiency. Here we go, the Battle of the Bastards has been concluded. The reigning champion of the Colosseum battles RTX 3090 got an arrow in the knee and was not able to defend its undisputed domination against its AMD rivals. Though as brave as it was, it managed to fight back Paul's RX 9070 XT but was unfortunately decapitated by the stronger opponent Hellhound RX 7900 XTX. On average, RX 7900 XTX is 22% faster than RTX 3090 and deserves to be a new champion of this channel. Hail the new channel king, baby, the Hellhound bitch! To conclude the review, all three cards cost almost the same 615 British pounds, which is 833 USD dollars by the current exchange rates in the used market, and definitely the best bang for the buck and performance ratio goes to the RX 7900 XTX card, considering it is significantly faster than RTX 3090. Though RTX 3090 is still a decent card for the price and still better performer in ray tracing heavy tasks, it is showing its age, but still it is a great card for 1440p or 4K gaming and any rasterization work like video editing or 3D modeling workloads. End of the review. In the next video, I will deep dive into explaining why the graphics card market is in total shitstorm and how Nvidia and AMD are trying to scam consumers by introducing software tricks we touch in this video, like upscaling and multi-frame generation technologies, the Black Voodoo Jensen magic. If you're willing to see the next episode and like this video, please click thumbs up and subscribe. If not, your life will be reduced to the 5 frames per second. Just kidding. All good. Hope you enjoyed the video. Mr. G signs out.